Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Commentary's Magic Stream on today's Sunday, November 17th, 2024. I am, as always, Grandpaws. Big Cheese is absent for today.
On work, traveling very, very remote. I'm Arcat, and
I'm Tamers12345. I've been absent because I've been making those hour-and-a-half long monstrosities.
That was quite the video, wasn't it?
Yeah, I spent zero amount of time because that's not actually who I am.
Probably for the best. I would have questions for you.
I spent 5 minutes. I can't
There
watch
are-
those.
There are far more questions that you have for me in my current state.
Yes, there are. But here we are, at the end of yet another con season. Just a few short months before the next one.
It's almost as if the cons are actually spaced out to where there is no season anymore. You just have one every couple months.
Yeah, you say that now. Just give it until August, September of next year. There's 4, 5 of them in the space of 2 months. Good luck.
Look, if you only count Freedom Land, then it's only like one every 3 months.
No, it's still like 3 or 4, even if you're only looking at the US.
We got Everfree, and then 2
Sequestria,
months. Oh, yeah, Sequestria Fest.
Florida, yes.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a few.
Yeah, but those are on the East Coast. Who lives on the East Coast?
Some idiot, I don't know.
Yeah. We'll have a longer gap next year since Winnie City won't be happening. Correct. But that might actually mean that Ciderfest happens to confirm their panel and community guest roster more than 2 weeks in advance.
Are you mad?
No, because they're doing a thing that might allow them to confirm their community guest roster and panel schedule more than 2 weeks in advance.
You sound mad.
I'm not mad.
I believe they are alternating years at which the events run to allow for the organizers to do what GP is talking about.
Right. You know, that whole thing about confirming their panelist schedule and community guests.
Okay, Luna, you can knock it off with the eclipsing, because that's a lot of shade you're throwing.
Yeah, well, you know...
And we were never invited again.
It's fair.
But for now, we have things from recent Ciderfest.
Indeed, we do. We've got 2 tournaments worth of results that we're going to be looking at. Eventually, we may end up doing a recap on Background Pony Adventure, but we can speak more clearly to the events that we actually had the time to participate in, so we'll be focusing on Core and Harmony. And then, you know, this little abomination that you all made, and we'll probably talk about that.
Oh yeah, we do need to talk about that, don't we?
But for now, first let's start things off by saying thank you to Joking Luna for running the events. You running and organizing events at a con, either Joking Luna with Ciderfest in particular, or any of you at any of the other cons, actually gives us a chance to, you know, have a con. And it's a rare treat. So thank you. It is much appreciated. With that being said, let's look at Core.
We have some tournament results to look through. Okay, so let's do Core first. And we'll go... We have quite a few decks here. Let's go 8th to 1st here. So, this is Fafata. And we have something that looks suspiciously like just maximum purple.
This looks like Pages' deck from Continentals. Maybe a few cards are different. But I can already tell that this is a mean list.
And Grandpa's has internet issues.
That's okay.
There we go.
Yeah, Big Twy, Big Celestia, doing some go home shenanigans. Changed, even then I thought was spicy. I still think is really spicy now.
It's pretty spicy, but there's some big stuff rolling around in that format, you know?
Yeah.
A little bit of hard removal is not the end of the world.
I haven't actually seen this list. Has Connection Corkboard been able to do anything crazy yet in this list that we know of?
Connection Corkboard in mono purple control has mostly just been there as an added value engine so that you can basically double dip on your events. It does have some good synergy with restricted section, obviously, but it has anti-synergy with Spirit Siphon. So it's a little weird. In theory, if you can land a Connection Corkboard and you have a hand full of, a couple of events, especially any of them that might provide some value, like Tranquility, you can gain just a tremendous amount of momentum. But I think that in Continentals, when Pages was running this list, he opted to either sideboard or not play the Connection Corkboards. That 3AT investment is honestly kind of steep, especially when you look at the cost of many of the other cards that are in here. Spirit Siphon can gain you AT, but you need to have the 3. And then you've got Brownout that you might have to hold on to, Spider Surprise, Levitation, Meditation, and you've got a bunch of friends, and those friends aren't cheap either, so.
Right.
It's one of those things where it might be a bit of a win more card, but when it wins more, it wins all the more.
Yeah.
Going goblin mode over here. Okay.
Well, I expect to see, maybe not this list exactly, but I expect to see more mono purple, like not full control lists popping up.
Yeah, I could see the same. I am curious on some of the quantities on a few of the cards in here. I was messing with this exact list earlier when we were doing a little bit of testing for nothing. Don't worry about it. We'll definitely won't talk about it later. But overall, the general functionality of the cards here seemed, pretty okay. So
Yeah.
all right. Also, I believe this was the exact same list that Fufada chose to play in both Core and Harmony.
So
At least that's what I remember from Joking Luna's comments on MT's stream yesterday. So,
Ara, what's your opinion on Changed?
I've been advised against making that noise on stream.
I see.
And
We'll
yes, same
We'll
list.
bait it out of you eventually.
Well, if you... What time was that? That was like... Sunday after lunch that we were messing around in the atrium, and... Yeah, that was funny.
It was before Charity Auction, right? Oh no, that one. Right, yes, that was Sunday after Charity Auction.
Did you hiss from the top floor down to everyone on the bottom floor?
For reasons, there was a requirement to make hissing noises. I was the only one who had my heart in it.
I believe Cheese's exact words were hissing noises.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Let's see what else we
take
got.
a look at our 7th place finisher. This is Golden Note.
Hey, Sunny. Okay.
Sunny yellow list. Okay.
So orange yellow to me means counters.
And being annoying.
These look like cards that make counters.
These look like
I
cards
see-
that are annoying.
I see Diligent. I see Great Seedling. Some of these cards look annoying.
See Sunburst and Cranky. I see a number of the Yona make a path. Well, that's just confronting. Yeah, it's a lot of power boosting for sure. I think Golden Oats sat down with me before the core tournament and had a larger version of this deck that also had a lot of the yellow -1 power counter stuff in it. But since so much of that is based on kind of the swarm tactics, and this is more kind of the more traditional orange mid-range where you're playing slightly more expensive friends and not necessarily making a billion token copies of them, there were a few changes that were made. I think the level of protection that's here for all your friends between Honest as the Day is Long, Dazzle Feather, Ruby Jubilee, like, your stuff's going to get big. And it's going to stay at problems, and it's going to keep getting big. It's not bad. Queen Haven keeps everything protecting against your home limit, and then how much immediate speed shenanigans do you have here? Melted, Princess Combo Meal, Crown Heist, Scary Story, full name drop. So you've got 11 pieces of immediate speed disruption.
And Seedling Seeker is sitting over there being like, hi,
Yeah, for half of those,
I hope you weren't planning on doing anything next turn.
One, two, three. Yeah, so 9 of those 11 pieces will bail out something. Every one of those 11 pieces will also trigger Great Seedling. So your stuff gets bigger. Raccoon Rampage can make your stuff bigger and get rid of resources since you have almost no resources you care about losing. I like it. We haven't seen a lot of yellow-orange, but then you look at the problem deck here as well. Yeah, maybe Cumbersome Couch could be swapped out, but tagging out and get off my stage and method overacting and all the other stuff, that all seems very solid. I kind of like it. It's very different.
Yeah, I don't think we've actually seen anyone bring a Sunny list, so it's cool to see one make the top 8.
This is one of the first Sunny lists we've seen in a competitive environment.
Mm-hmm. Way to break the mold, Golden.
Okay. 6th place, Brandon with a Precious Bean orange.
A precious bean?
Yes. It's Misty, so she's a Precious Bean.
Why is she a bean?
It's a term of endearment.
She has no beans. She has hooves.
It's a term of endearment. It means she's cute.
But hooves.
I don't make the rules here. I just enforce them.
Anyway. Blue orange. Lighter on the annoying stuff in orange.
I don't know, man. You ever run into a Smolder Planning an Adventure and Donut Joe together? Like, those two things get huge.
Yeah, this can get very dumb very fast.
See, but dumb is different than annoying. The last deck could be annoying. This can be dumb. The annoying ones do dumb things while mostly hurting you. The dumb ones just do their thing. Now, yes, fine, there's a Grogar's Lair. There's still a copy of Melted.
Sneaking in anyway also works for irritating stuff. Tactical Maneuver is still irritating. Honestly, with as much of the power counter synergy as we see here, I'm surprised to not see Extreme Obstacle Course. I don't know what I'd drop for it, though. That's tricky.
I mean, given that we're already looking at 55 cards in the draw deck, maybe. I'm not sure either, actually.
I'm kind of surprised to see as many events and resources in here as I do. Like, it seems like those make up an unusually large fraction of the deck here.
Let's see, how
Maybe
many
that's
friends? Quick count.
Just because there's a ton of 2-ofs instead of 3-ofs.
There's 25 friends out of the 55 cards in the deck, so yeah, it is maybe a little lighter on friends than what you'd see for traditional aggro. But then you look at what the events are all obviously pretty either disruptive or useful for aggro, with the exception maybe of one a bet. But you got to get your point acceleration somewhere. How many Pegasi are here? Fleetfoot, Scootaloo, Misty. No, not Misty. Pastry Crest. Oh, Ruby. Okay, Ruby Jubilee. Well, yeah, but Ruby's going to stay at a problem. I guess Rainbow Shine? Move Rainbow Shine at immediate speed with Pegasus Crystal, ready something over there. Like, this has some pretty strong Blue Elves vibes, to me anyway.
Yeah, I see it too.
I mean, it do kind of be like that. It doesn't have the muffin, though. It has the muffin surrogate.
It does. She's right there. She's cute. Okay. I can dig it. Blue Elves in an absence of Muffin Mare? Sure. You know what? Blornge is one of those things that I don't think, as long as that deck has existed in any format, it's ever had anyone rooting against it. It's a crowd favorite. Am I wrong?
Crowd pleaser.
Crowd pleaser. Ara's about to sit here and be like, I root against it every time.
Eh.
No, Ara roots against the next deck every time.
Because everyone ships Apple Dash. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Oh, I wasn't going for that.
We don't even have Apple Dash in here. We've got 2 copies of Applejack, and that's it.
What are you on about?
No, the next deck on the list is what Ara.
Well, yes,
Ara
I also
doesn't
don't like that. But yeah, it's Blornge. It does Blornge things.
It does do Blornge things.
Okay, so you want to talk about the next deck, huh? Okay, fine.
Talk about the next deck, Ara.
I mean, I didn't say I wanted to talk about it. I just said you don't like it.
No.
Oh.
I mean, this should look awful familiar, because it's GP.
It's literally the same deck. There's nothing else to talk about here that we didn't already talk about at Continentals. It's a nice control list, and it has good value, but not as much value as if it played in a mid-range style. But that's okay, because every now and then you get to have 2 Allura and Twitches, and then play a Squawk and draw 20 cards, and then concede the game.
You don't want to be on the Cantor Logic hype train.
Oh, I'm on the Cantor Logic hype train. There's a reason there's 3 of them in here. I would like to get off Miss Cloverleaf's Wild Ride.
There are no breaks.
On the Cantor Logic train.
So what I'm hearing is that there's no breaks on this particular segment of the stream either, and we should just move along to the next thing.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, we talked about this before. I don't think there's much else to say here.
Fair enough.
Speaking of something that we've talked about before, here's Hithrock with the same list.
We're still on the Cantor Logic hype train. Sorry, guys. Train keeps rolling.
Need train emojis in chat every time a deck with Cantor Logic appears. No one will have any idea why.
But yeah, I believe this is the same list from Continentals.
Sure hope so. I didn't change any of the cards. Oh wait, no, he brought this himself. That was a different list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is exactly the same.
So, Hithrock returns with the thing that has caused problems. And I think we spilled quite a bit of ink about this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, probably not worth talking about too much more, other than 4th place. Pip's got to work on those engagement numbers.
I guess so. Time to get a new sponsor, huh?
Working on it. Got to deal with what's that new game that Hoyo just came out with? I can't remember.
Anyway, 3rd place. Anemoy with a purple smart deck.
Ah, yes. The mono-purple Bright
This
House combo.
I was
It's
gonna
not
say
mono
this
purple.
looks like Magic Restored.
We got some Magic Restored combo going on here, I think.
Yeah, we got 3 Prisbeam Lanterns, 3 Bright Houses, Masquerade Mask, and then all the mono-purple Magic Counter shenanigans.
And some AT acceleration and
Some portals in here, because portals are nice. And some Lyras.
Lyra.
The only pink friend in here, so you can put them into play for 1 off of activating your Bright House.
Whatever works. Eager
Yeah.
is still dumb.
Hey, I recognize that problem deck.
Me too.
I didn't think I'd see that again.
Only it's being used almost fairly this time.
I'd call that a fair use.
Is this fair use?
Get the
Well,
lawyers.
see, the thing is, fair use has to be decided on a case-by-case basis, and
Twilight's here. Twilight gives royal stamp of approval. This is fair use.
I hate the law. Let's just remove it.
let me know how that works out for you. Speaking of removing the law,
Before we do that, though, Ivory, 3 copies have changed. Thoughts? We've now seen 2 separate decks running this.
I mean, I like changed. I need
Why-
R to give his opinion on change.
why are you asking Ivory?
Oh,
So that
sorry.
I can ask you.
Ara,
I'm
3 copies have changed.
my lawyers have advised me to not make the noise.
Your
Okay.
lawyers suck. Get better lawyers.
I can't fire myself. Sorry.
Rip. All right, second place.
Second place. So, the main alone tells you everything you need to know about this.
Oh, it's Pancake.
Doing Dragon Farm.
Yep. I was very confused at first. I saw Baby Flurry Heart and Opaline Arcana and Spike and Gabby, and I thought, who played Chaos Control? And then you pointed out the main, and it was, right. None of that matters.
Correct.
The only thing that matters is Dragonstone.
Because Starlight Glimmer is going to turn into a dragon, grab the Dragonstone, and then proceed to cause problems.
Does this mean that Starlight is a Scaly?
I mean, looking at the friends that are here in the deck, we've got 2 copies of Spike Dragon Lord and 3 copies of Spike and Gabby, compared to 7 copies of everything else. Not quite.
This is that, like, vision that Twilight has where Starlight goes and hangs out with the dragons. Yeah.
Oh, right, that one. Ember. I I forgot about that. That was, man, sometimes the show just really went on a fever dream.
That's basically what that was, yes.
It was strange. Look at
Um,
the nuance in the building here, right? We've got one copy of Smile, 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 only 2 copies of Dodgy Shopkeeper. You've got 3 copies of Baby Flurry Heart, Spike and Gabby, Opaline Arcana, and 3 copies of Chaos Magic Blast, but only 2 Pinky Senses in here.
You are ignoring the card you want to talk about most.
I know the 3 of them are right there.
Mm.
They're right there. I see
We-
them.
We need the hype. We actually need a train emoji.
We do need a train emoji, choo choo.
No, this is definitely an interesting variation of the pink-orange farm that Pancake was running towards the end of last core format. I suppose Starlight's the only main that works for it now.
She is the only one that is a dragon in core.
yeah.
Oh no. Does that mean we have to make a Sparky main? Oh, don't make me do it.
Well,
I don't want to. No! Stop it! Go away! I
you
don't like it.
you brought this upon yourself.
I know. Ivory's been sitting there practicing the voice this entire time so he can live rent-free in my head. You could make it a Dragon Lord Spike main. Dragon Lord Spike appeared for one single episode. That is the problem. At least as far as I know, I've never watched the show.
It's more than
no.
one, but
I think it's like
there's
maybe
not a lot of
one and a
footage.
quarter.
Animoy says Sparky did nothing wrong. Alright, apparently we have some actual Sparky fans here. You all need to get your brains checked out. That's fine.
I mean,
I'll work on that.
GP's the bad one here. You're trying to charge Sparky rent for living in your head. He's a little tiny babby dragon. He just needs some place to live.
I'm trying to charge Ivory rent for living in my head. It's not Sparky that's living in my head. It's Ivory imitating Sparky living in my head. That's the worst part.
In your head like a catchy voice.
In my head, zombie. Yes, that was a Cranberries reference.
We're
It was.
clearly very tired here.
Yeah.
Um,
All right. Top deck, guess what? Chugga chugga.
I'm just gonna helpless Y gesture at this. That's
It's only sharing one color.
Yeah, this is the most spicy use of it, I think. This and the previous list are both like. We put it in here just because we'll figure out how we're getting it into play.
I mean, Pip does the same thing. Pip also only shares one color. She's running pink as her secondary. At least this one has it as the primary.
Did Cheese change this at all since Continentals? This doesn't look identical.
It's not identical. There's a few copies that have changed around in here. I know he added a second Cantor Logic. I don't know what else he ended up doing. Some very minor tweaks, but overall the list is very similar.
Whatever he changed, it seems to have worked out better for him, going from not going to first.
No kidding, huh?
what going from one
not-
Cantor Logic to 2. That's a
from one Cantor
100% increase in logic.
It is a 100% increase in logic, and it is also a 100% increase in top 8 finishes. Actually, it's more than that.
About to say, hold on. You're dividing by 0 here, buddy.
Yes,
Oh,
yes, I am.
If we're gonna divide by 0, then we need to go way harder than this.
Speaking of which, how about some Harmony, huh?
Oh yeah, that sounds like a good way to divide by 0. What's Harmony got?
Well, 0 cost resources for one thing.
Oh, so we're back to that, huh?
Maybe. We'll see.
Now, the core field, aside from maybe Cheese showing up with something that we expected to be there, is much broader than I think we saw at Continentals. It's definitely way more diverse.
I mean, we saw a fair amount of Continentals, but Pancake finally had the opportunity to show up at a con here, which means we got a farm deck that wasn't just Yuna, right? We got the farm deck that's built on the 2 a.m. combo o'clock fumes. It's like, yes, I'm a farm deck, but what if also Chaos Control? And what
Farm
if
Why not both?
what if I had Staff? But Staff is banned. But what if I had it?
Farm with thought required? Gross.
Sounds like a pancake list to me.
Gross. It'll clearly never work.
Let's look at some other decks that may or may not require thought, huh?
Okay, into Harmony.
Into the Maw of Madness. There it is. That was
Harmony in giant quotes.
You have 3 seconds to tell me who the owner of this deck was.
You can't spell Harmony without harm. I mean, really?
It was either this or Changelings, right?
There are, like...
Or Puckwudgies, I guess.
Okay, hold on. There are actually, like, 2 options here.
Okay, who are the 2 options?
So there's the obvious one, and then I think Cursed Chords would maybe look at this and be like, maybe.
We're in Harmony, though. Cursed Chords has to do something, like, completely off the wall. He has to do, like, the Flash Bee thing. That was his partial brainchild, wasn't it?
I mean, but you could see, like Cursed could show up with this. It fits in your head, right?
Sure. In my head.
No zombies. That's a different card. That's not in this list. But yes, this is obviously Joking Luna with the Celestial Solstice Celestia main. Doing all the Alicorns.
Yeah, that's a good point, right? It is Princess Celestia as the main, but it's not the Canterlot Knights one, so it couldn't be Cursed. Joking Luna says, I like this deck. I say, I had no idea.
I mean, at least it has... I don't remember if JL uses it, but at least the main is gigantic, because I always have to, like, wait, what does that do again?
The main is absolutely gigantic, and I also have to give JL some credit here, does Solar Sister... Is that the one that gets another color when it flips over?
No, I think it just boosts the power.
Right, it's Twilight is the one that gets the
yeah, Twilight gets the color.
Right, this is the one that just boosts Alicorns. Right. Okay. This is the boldest, spiciest one I've seen yet. You have no trading traditions and 3 pieces of entry. You also have a deck with 4 colors. That's some spice.
The famous Old Spice?
Yeah, a little bit. I do like singing. I do wonder if we might see a split of singing and Ray of Hope going back into Harmony and older formats, just because I mean, Singing Barrel does work. You have to find it first.
Yeah, I think you just mull for Singing Barrel.
I don't think you have a choice. I think you kind of have to. You've got a fair amount of purple stuff that can be played.
Yeah, I mean, you can play it, but I would still probably mull for Singing Barrel if I was holding the deck.
Yeah, basically. Right. I mean, Buckball doesn't actually help you play any of your purple stuff. Buckball will only help you play Twilight and Celestia and Day Shift and Protector, and it'll help you play most of the purple yellow things, but you still have to have Singing Barrel. If you do not have Singing Barrel, you are very sad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, what does this thing have?
You are not going to be happy, no.
Yeah. One, two, three, 5, 10, 15, 15 events spell showdown. Yeah, that's a third of the deck. That's fair. Bring out your best. Yeah, you probably have some alicorns.
And it is a little... I mean, the other thing you could do here is switch to Mystery as your starting problem, then find the barrel.
Yeah, Mystery is the starting. It's not a bad choice. If you don't want to roll with trading. Trading doesn't actually let you play anything here.
Right, but you see Joking Luna's comment in, like, Buckball does get you 2 yellow to get into some of your yellow stuff.
If you find the barrel, yeah.
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 No. Interesting. What else we got?
Yeah. Alicorns. Needs more alicorns. Also some more color entry to get more alicorns, because maximizing alicorns.
Sure.
Alright, 7th place. You know what? If you didn't know, you're not going to guess this one.
Yeah, that's fair. But if you know, you know.
Kind of. So, Captain Solano is no longer a legal main in core.
Well, we're in Harmony, but this is a core legal deck.
Mm-hmm. And, yeah, no Solano. It's Sokol.
It does impress me that Sokol will just build one deck, and that will just be the Sokol deck for the foreseeable future until he decides it's time to build a different deck.
Yeah, still doing the blue thing, but shifting over to Tyrek and being really annoying with the Frighten. Needs more Frighten.
It needs the Frighten package.
It does need the Frighten package.
I don't know if he was unaware of the Frighten package or was just considering other more aggro-oriented options, but...
Well, in fairness, this is not running any of the Gen 5 cards.
I may not have had an opportunity to get them printed yet, would be my guess.
Yeah.
That's true.
But, I mean, it still goes fast, as is. Still is annoying with the Grogars and the Night Visions for a little extra spice.
Yeah, seems fine. Nothing wrong with just a straightforward deck.
Yeah.
When in doubt, play blue.
Sure.
Rainbow Dash wins. Let's see. 6th place. We have Fafata again. Exact same list, in fact.
Yeah. This time... Oh, nope, this is identical.
Identical, yes.
Okay. Well, still does well, even in Harmony.
Yep, does the thing. 5th, Inamoy, with also the exact same list?
This is not the exact same list. I see Perfect Teleport. And IDP.
It's very close, though.
It's the same deck strategy, same idea, but obviously when you have access to things like IDP, you're gonna obviously make room for that.
You're gonna make some adjustments, yes. What does this do? It kicks out the Winterzilla. And the Cold Drop. Yeah, okay, go figure. Alright, so...
For the changes between the two, yeah, I mean, this is just running basically every portal effect that it can.
Yeah. Just sitting there being like... So now that I get to play with the good stuff, it plays with good stuff.
None
For
of that.
teleport, not bad. So
Get that fair core format out of here. We're in unfair harmony territory. Give me the broken cards.
right.
Right. So, not bad. Just add some more teeth. Fourth place. And
This surprised me.
so,
I did not know that Pancake ran mill.
yeah, I was about to say,
Pancake-
if you just look at this and you have to be like Jacques, you're going to point at GP. And
Look,
you're going to be wrong.
Just because the deck showed up to the con in my possession and left the con in my possession
Uh,
does not mean it was a duck.
You just happen to still have it built, so you had it with you in your box.
Exactly. And Pancake needed a Harmony deck, so that was that.
here you go, buddy. And he's just like,
Oh.
what did you hand me? Oh, now
No,
I feel
he
dirty.
Knew. He knew it
Well,
was Bill.
Did he feel dirty for playing it?
He actually felt like some of the tweaks that were made to address the Harmony format reduced the smoothness of playing the deck overall. So, like, many of the songs in here have been reduced to 2 copies because you've got 3 gyros, and you've also got the Singleton Rest in Pieces Destiny Drain Limestone Pie, which are obviously useful in formats where, like, Pile is a thing, for example, or Bubbly Mare as a main might be something you have to worry about. But all of them as a whole just mean that you've got more cards that are kind of silver bullets, and they might not be the thing that you want to see all the time. And if you happen to be in a matchup where that silver bullet is not useful, or when you play the silver bullet, like Destiny draining one of 3 Piles combo cards, one of Pile's 3 combo cards, I should say, and then you realize that they still have Angel Wings, then some of those cards start looking less appealing. So maybe trying to metagame the metagame ended up playing yourself.
That's the thing that happens sometimes. But I also think that there's decent reasons to be running those things in the first place.
Oh, I agree.
Like you said, if you run into a Pile or a Bubbly Mare, you're going to have a bad time, so pack answers.
But yes, that was why he was right.
Well, this next deck,
Speaking of spice,
I have no idea what I'm looking at here.
so this is third place from Golden Note. And we're doing some blurple things here.
You know what? Just like Blurple is allowed to have its value engines. And this deck definitely has them. And we've got kind of this extra turn, extra confront thing going on between Similo Duplexus and Lunch Break.
And yes, this is running. Yes.
Similoduplexus, Luster Dawn, and Lunch Break is kind of funny.
You can just get a bunch of confronts. If you also have an alternative solution that gets
Yeah.
even funnier,
Then it gets extremely funny, especially if you got some of those Daring Do's floating around, because you can accidentally a whole lot of action tokens.
what do you have to spend your action tokens on at immediate speed?
Going Neum.
Well, going Neum, yes, but you can't do that with Lunch Break. You can do it with Similo, though. You can play last-minute changes, and I guess that's it.
I mean, you're kind of like, why not all 3? Just put all 3 of the like insane value turn engines in. Just be like Neum.
But I'll feel bad about getting like 4 triggers off of Daring Do and then watching them all go poof.
But Neum. Maybe you
But
won't always
Neum,
have. Maybe you won't always have all of them. But
but Neum
you go.
is a good answer. I can't lie.
Do it for the intimidation factor.
Yeah, Twilight Sparkle's Balloon plus Reading Rainbow, that's a great value engine as well. Read the manual, let's make our mark together, last minute changes, 2 bits. Like, this is Value Town. I wish I had Guy Fieri's hair and reputation so I could say this is welcome to Flavor Town, but welcome to Value
Well, you can
Town.
welcome to Value Town. Yes.
We can
Yeah.
we can probably at least get you the shades.
The shades I would accept. I don't actually want his hair.
Shades and the necklace chain.
Yeah,
We'll get you.
that'll look great on my real scrawny frame. That'll be perfect.
No, it's perfectly fine because you got to get the necklace with the salt shaker on it.
Ah, that's true. We do have that. I like it. I like action tokens. This deck has them.
Well, you're gonna need a salt shaker for this next list.
Oh no. What's next?
Yours.
Oh, this thing.
This is Salt the Deck.
This is not my fault.
Yes, it is.
It is not my fault.
This is 1000% your fault.
This is an adaptation of Istagram's deck from OnlineCon.
You can't blame this on Instagram.
I will absolutely throw him under the bus right now.
It's the kind of thing that Queen would do.
Definitely Istagram's fault. I made some small revisions, I tweaked a few copies of cards, I swapped out a couple of things, and I ran some tech pieces. The pile of presents are in here to actually do what Pile was originally designed to do, and that is hurt combo. It's just the problem that the combo deck that it's best against is the deck that runs Pile. Because that deck draws a lot during its own main phase. Animoy said he did not enjoy playing against this deck after he got every taxation online. Jokingly says, I got stopped by this deck. I tried to work against it, but just couldn't. I agree. There were numerous games that ended by concession.
Those two statements right there, those are 5-star reviews for this deck.
So, this is the kind of deck where if we're in top cut, and I know how that we have like 45 minutes, or God forbid, like best 2 of 3, 2 hours, I'm just like, you know what? I'm not doing this. You have fun.
I've got better things to do with my life. Yeah.
Because this will go to time, and I know I won't win.
It will go to time.
It will go to time every single time.
Yes.
This thing's job is to make you miserable.
Yeah.
This will be the 6th time I have made someone concede, and I've gotten exceedingly efficient at it.
Stack of Suitcases is far and away the all-star here. It's not even really close. Pip is irritating, and Plaid Stripes is irritating, and Queen is irritating, as she has a right to be. But Stack of Suitcases is not unique, and that is an example of why we don't print frequent tax effects into core. We'll print them occasionally, but they're usually narrow or symmetrical or otherwise limited, like Pip having unique, or Plaid Stripes having unique, or Changeling Throne having unique.
No, and Stack of Suitcases is just like, no, none of that stuff.
There was a not insignificant part of me that considered running Stygian in here simply to make more stacks of suitcases.
That's a dumb card.
And then your opponent somehow manages to break through it all to get a confront in, and then you wear back and throw a Tyrek down.
No. Tyrek is a good option. Tyrek is fun if you have a lot of unicorn tokens there. They break through your 2 sirens. Then you wear back the original sirens.
Yeah.
Then they have to do it again. Twice. Yeah. It's pretty miserable. I had a blast playing this, suffice it to say. I can highly, highly recommend this. This is a fun deck for everyone involved.
And this is the moment that GP knew he had said too much.
I'm GP and I approve this message. Pay your taxes.
I'm Commander Shepard. This is my favorite store on the Citadel.
Yeah. I hate playing against this. Playing it is fun, but you feel gross afterwards, unless you're GP, apparently.
Yep. I came to grips with that part of myself a long time ago.
Yeah. Unlike the next deck, which I feel great playing.
Use Izzy to block resource removal. Yes, it does use Izzy to block resource removal.
All right.
Can we talk about how great the next deck is?
We're going to the top of the pile.
Yeah,
Are
no.
we?
It's time to talk about Pile again.
Oh my god, it is time to talk about Pile again.
If I was at Ciderfest, this would have also been my list. Because Pile, still king.
See, I find it funny. Jeeves was just like, I'm a pile. And then you know what he did?
He piled.
He went to Ciderfest. Then you know what he did at Ciderfest? He piled.
This will be the second year in a row that Pile has won Harmony at Ciderfest.
Is it really?
Yes. The previous year, it was Stunning Wonder. Last year, it was this Pile list, and this year it was this Pile list again.
Did this thing even get anything new?
Nope.
I don't even think it did.
Nope, there are no new cards in here that weren't in there before, except Windy, which honestly you can put in if you want, but I think that's more of a playstyle choice.
One card.
And it's not even required.
I hate it.
Fill my hand up. 2 points. 6 points.
Yeah, it turns out it's actually 4 points, 8 points. Oops. Except, we're going to fix that.
Technically, that's already fixed in the API. Because
Yes.
that went out with the thing that we'll not talk about yet.
Yes, but we'll talk about here very soon.
Yeah, I do find it amusing that the original Pile card is like objectively bad now. The Every Pony Shuffling. I cited that out every game.
It's
last
terrible.
year.
It's
bad.
Yeah,
I'm never going to pay for this. But that's enough about Pile. As much as I love the deck, Pile is still Pile.
Yep, it sure is. So we've been hinting at this other thing.
Dumb.
But first, before we
You know
get
what?
into
We're not
the
done
full
yet.
context of that other thing, yeah,
We're not done yet. We have something else to talk about. We have something else that this is all your fault. You want to see what you beautiful people did?
You made her a chicken, and she's not even a critter.
I have to ask, is this a random bleed frame that you found, or did this hang for like a solid second in the show?
No, I pulled the chicken out of somewhere else.
No, I meant like this image.
Of AJ in that pose.
Oh no, she's doing the chicken dance.
Oh. Impressive. Well, she is definitely working harder, not smarter.
Here's all I'm gonna say. After working through the crowd of everyone suggesting things to do with this card or with this image and with the card type and all that, all right? And you built a trouble. Hey, the image art for this card was called Not Scootaloo, Joking Luna, so it was technically related. Y'all built a troublemaker that exhausts en masse and then prevents readying and then exhausts again. So the message that I am hearing from a design perspective is You all think control isn't nearly strong enough and needs more support. Got it. Message received. You can expect nothing but sheer control for set 15. You have no one to blame but yourselves.
That is an interpretation you could have. I can't wait for another Continentals that goes 2 to 3 hours over its end time.
You were just talking about those white taxes decks. What's worse? Play everything and have it do nothing. Yeah, you can spend AT.
More taxes? Okay.
You think that friend's gonna do stuff? That's cute. This was your fault.
Are we going back to purple white?
I mean, maybe.
Just Ultra Prison?
Not. Maybe not. This one works very well with work hard, play hard, so...
Well, yeah, that's right in the title.
I foresee more stubborn characters seeing play. I foresee players wishing they had more stubborn characters. Now, we went step by step and solicited feedback from the audience and got suggestions and talked about flavor and talked about mechanics and point values and power values and all of this that was there. So every bit of this was designed with audience feedback from the ground up. What I will say, actually, Joking Luna said it might end up exhausting a character not involved in the face-off. Yes, it might end up doing that. It is random. This card, like any other that gets designed, might be subject to some small tweaks or rebalances, as it's great to design cards in a vacuum or in a con space. But the best way to see if a card works well or does what its designers intended is to put it into practice and play some test games with it.
And see this is where I get to swing in. So what's that thing down in the corner there? Because there's 4 little yellow things there. When did we add 4 yellow things there? Card didn't have 4 yellow things when I dropped it off, GP.
Answer me, GP.
Answer me, GP.
Well...
And what's this, like, 49? I thought we topped out at... And I actually screwed this up. 39, because of shopkeep.
RIP.
Yes, as Joking Luna is saying, it's prize wheel 4.
Woohoo!
The wheel is not done spinning. I would like to buy a vowel.
The wheel full of prizes keeps on turning. Don't know what I'll play tomorrow.
I'm just going like...
I'm just going classic rock. Yeah, I know. This is weird.
This is weird.
So, does this mean we're gonna get Prize Wheel 4 available soon? Or now? Or yesterday?
Yes. Asterisk.
Correct. Tell us why, Aaron.
Oh, let's see here. Well, okay, whatever. I'll play with that later. There's since prize wheels are so small, it often doesn't make sense for us to go through the normal thing about having playtest art. I will just go do the art, because there's only, 12 cards in here? Something like that.
12, 13, something like that, yeah.
So, near final art basically just pops out of the gate almost immediately. And the best way to test these cards once we have them is to just push them into Ponyhead so that they, just work. Except when the importer breaks, but anyway. So, but to avoid these just getting mixed into tournaments, they're banned out of the gate. So if you want to play with these, go into Nightmare mode. They're all there on Ponyhead.
All of them?
Mm-hmm. Unless you
Right
added
now?
something. At this time of year, at this latitude, localized entire within your kitchen.
I can dig it. May I see them?
You may not.
And as you play with these newfangled nightmare cards, please let us know if you find anything that concerns you.
I will say that this is especially important for this prize wheel. It's important for every prize wheel, but even just through the first day or two of kind of internal closed beta testing, several of these cards have already received some corrections or adjustments.
I think you just made one, 2 hours ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right.
So please go take a look at Ponyhead. Go take a look at Prize Wheel. Click on Nightmare to see the cards available. And you'll find the cards for Prize Wheel 4 in there. And put them in your decks and try them out. There's some spicy ones. Some of you have already found things. Some of these cards have already sparked some creative deck building directions for a few of you. We love to see that. Get some games in, offer feedback, general channel, or
Go into Discord. In what channel? What is that thing currently named? No more New Generation spoilers.
Yep.
And feed us back your feedback.
We will appreciate it greatly.
Even if you think that it's not important, you're wrong. It is important.
It is important. Go ahead.
Yeah, whatever feedback you were thinking about giving, you should just give it. We want to hear it all. As long as it doesn't involve flavor. Flavor's done. That's our problem to deal with.
Let's see, where is... This is arranged in an insane way. I'm just completely failing to find the... Oh, there it is. And you're like, okay, but how do I see these cards? What do you mean Nightmare? So you do this. It's right there, the top one.
Yep.
I would recommend choosing the prize wheel set first before you click Nightmare, because otherwise it's just going to load every card that's ever existed.
It gets a little angry about that. So, yeah. We want to see what you can do with these things.
Mm-hmm.
And if you find something busted, we really want to know about that. In fact.
Also, trust us, there's some fun stuff you can do.
Well, you can't have as much fun. Some of that had to be removed. There is such a thing as too much fun. Sorry, Pinky.
Rip.
I've learned that there's such a thing as too much of a boost.
Oh, we're going
whatever,
straight up vapor trail? Wow.
The best flavor this game will ever see because the card got banned.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
Just a bit.
And we'll probably be back here in a couple of weeks, maybe taking a look at some of those prize wheel cards and what we might expect to be done with them.
Potentially.
Hint. Oh, and also, I don't know, maybe we'll all be disembarking the train by then.
We all knew it was on borrowed time.
It's true.
And maybe doing something about that unstable pile. For actual.
Maybe, yeah.
Alright.
For now, though, I think this will wrap up our discussion on this topic for today. We'd like to give a big shout out to all our patrons on Patreon. Thank you so much for your regular support. If you aren't currently a patron and you enjoy what we do, please consider donating. Doing so does enable us to continue making content like this and lets you earn some great perks as a bonus. If you have comments or questions you'd like to send our way, feel free to reach out to us through Facebook, Twitter, or email. And if you're a patron, you can also chat live with us on Slack any day, anytime. If you're looking to watch any of our previous videos, including tournament recordings, you can find them on our YouTube channel, linked just below the stream. But with all that said, thank you to each and every one of our viewers, both here now and watching this recording later. We are, as always, Commentary as Magic. I am, as always, Grand Paws.
Big Cheese might actually be awake at this point.
Not fair.
Well, no, it's going to be like, what is it, 8? 6, 8 a.m.? Whatever. That's too early.
Mm.
I'm Arcat, and...
I'm Ivory the Hedgehog. You see, now you're doing it. It's infecting you.
Like I said, he lives in my head rent-free.
Very tempted to just shut the stream down right here and save everyone the mental trauma.
In my head.
This is a great time for me to show the Ivory the Hedgehog image gallery on stream.
No.
We're going to open up DeviantArt.com.
You've been warned. Anyway, we'll see you.
Bye.
Bye.